What's going on, guys? It's been a hot minute since I've uploaded, but we got a new series for you guys that I'm starting tonight because I'm bored. And it kind of popped in my head, and I was like, you know what? Why not share my deepest and oddest and maybe most relatable inner thoughts to you people? Maybe you'll find it, relatable. So, because, sometimes you have those thoughts where you're like, I wonder if I'm the only one going through this. Or, like, who else is thinking the way I think? So, we're going to find out. You guys gotta let me know if you can relate or not. But for episode 1, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna talk about where I am in life. How I'm feeling about where I am in life, my age, what I want to do with life, different things like that. Do I feel like? So anyway, I am currently 19 years old. I was born in the year 2003. I am a high school graduate of the year 2021. So I am a couple years out of high school. Um, right now I am working at a grocery store. It's a good job. I'm making decent money for what the job is. But obviously, that's at least right now, I'm not sure if that's gonna be a career. It's possible, but I don't know. Um so what I really want to do with my life is I want to do something involving wrestling. I wrestled in high school. There was a lot of pressure at that time. There was times where I didn't love it, but once I got out of it, I really started to miss it. And I was like, I wish I could get it back. I didn't even complete my full high school career because my senior year was done at home. So like, there's some things that I just felt like I missed out on. But you can't go back now. It is what it is. Um, but yeah. So right now I am. Well, I just finished up my first season of coaching wrestling. I was actually coaching middle school wrestling, which is freaking awesome. I loved it. Probably the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. And that's kind of, I feel like, how I know I have like a passion for that. My dad's also a coach, so maybe it runs in the family. He coaches basketball. He's the head coach of girls basketball, varsity, high school varsity basketball. Um, so yeah, maybe it just runs in the family. Um, and like I said, so okay, out of high school, I've had a bunch of different things that I had planned to do. For a while in high school, I had planned to pursue some sort of law enforcement or something. And I did um I applied for an internship for like NSA or something like that, and I looked into different things, and eventually I was just like, I don't think it's for me. And it was kind of looking like the way to get into law enforcement, besides going through a bunch of schooling and going to law school and stuff, was like become a police officer. And I did not want to be a police officer. I currently do not want to be a police officer. I don't think I ever will want to be a police officer. I have nothing against police officers, but they have a horribly bad reputation right now, and I don't want to be associated with that. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a police officer. Not to mention it's a very dangerous job, and I know that. So that kind of got taken out of the equation. Then I actually not sure how I came about. Oh, you know what I do know? So I was doing jujitsu for a little while, which I just recently got back into, which I love. But I was doing jujitsu for a little while, and one of the guys that was a black belt there, and he was an instructor. I got to talking to him about what he does for work because I actually went there because he knew a little something about law enforcement. But then I was like, wait, what do you do for work? And he was like, I'm a firefighter. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Tell me about it. And he told me about it. He told me about all the different benefits, all the cool perks, all that kind of stuff. And I fell in love with this fascination of me being a firefighter. I didn't fall in love. I thought I fell in love with like being a firefighter, but what I really fell in love with was this fantasy of once I get to a certain point. You know, I wasn't fantasizing about the journey of how to get there. I was fantasizing, oh, I'm about to be this firefighter guy, you know, all these different benefits, getting paid decent money, living on my own, supporting myself. You know what I mean? And I started to realize that I was in it for the wrong reasons. Not to mention that it's a very dangerous job again. And I still young, and at the time I was even younger when I was doing this. And so I completed firefighter 1, which in my area, I don't know if it's the same in all areas, but in my area that is the first step to becoming a firefighter. I mean, and there's also EMT as well and stuff like that, but that was the first step for me becoming a firefighter. I completed that whole course. I passed pretty good grades. And once I passed, I just dropped it. I was like, you know what? That was a cool experience. I got to like mess around with some fire. I got to put out some fires. Like it was in a simulated controlled environment, but it was still really fun. I had a good time. I really did. And I learned a lot too, but I did not know before. And I'm grateful for that. Everybody was very nice, but they told you like it was, which I could appreciate. I mean, I was like a wrestler. I know what it's like for to be told like it is, not to get, you know, sugar coated information and things like that. So yeah, I was able to handle it and it was fun. But I realized I don't want to die young, and I have huge, unlike imaginable respect for everybody, for anybody that does do it, anybody that is a firefighter. Like my respect goes out to them 100%. Um, but yeah, so I decided I didn't want to do that. Um, and then I was like, you know what? I want to get into like fitness, right? I don't work out. A lot of people think I do. I might look like I work out. I'm genetically gifted, I guess. I mean, I just happen to be muscular. That's it. I don't work out, so I'm not going to claim that I do. There's been times where I've lifted for like maybe like a month straight and that was it, but I really don't work out. Um and I want to though. I want to get back into it. I'm just keep procrastinating. I don't have the motivation. I'm sure that's probably one of the biggest relatable things about people my age. I mean, good for some people that have undying motivation, but for me, I struggle with motivation. So, um, I don't know if you guys can relate to that or not, but um, I really do want to start getting in the gym. I wish I just had something to just push me over the edge. Just be like, I gotta go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna get swole. But yeah. So, but anyway, um, so to that point, I decided, okay, let me be a personal trainer. And the reason I want to be a personal trainer is because I wanted to be a coach. And I was like, a personal training, fitness type of certificate or degree or whatever would be great going towards that. It's just like a little stepping stone. So I did some college. I took a few different courses and I passed all of them pretty well. I both with like A's. One of them almost passed with 100% almost, but that slipped right from under my feet. But and it kind of brought me to where I am now, right? And throughout this whole time, I was working at the grocery store, and I still am. And I'm kind of at the point where I'm at now, right? I was doing that Mondays and Wednesdays, going to school Mondays and Wednesdays, working every other day of the week. Then I started coaching. Now, coaching took over my Mondays and Wednesdays, and then some other days that I would like take off for like special things like meets or whatever competitions. And so yeah, so um after coaching is ended, that brings me to where I am now. I'm struggling to figure out what I want to do next. I don't particularly enjoy school. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you have to pay for it. Like college, I think it's stupid. But I mean, it is what it is. It's just the way the economy is. I don't. I could go on and on about the economy, but that's not what this is about. This is about trying to see who can relate to what I'm going through right now. And when I say what I'm going through, I don't mean I'm struggling. I don't want to paint that picture to act like I'm struggling. I'm not. I'm very fortunate to have a roof over my head and have the situation in the family that I do. Like I have a great support system. It's just me. It's just me mentally trying to figure out what I want to do, Like what I want to do with all the stuff that I do have going for me. And I just don't know. I don't know what to do next. Like I'm want to be successful. I want to have money. I want to um be able to support myself. I want to have a family one day. All these things. But the question is, how do I do that without being miserable? I want to do something I'm going to be have fun doing. Like I love coaching wrestling, but with my experience, I'm not going to ever be a high level coach. I'm probably going to stay coaching as a hobby. I don't think it'll ever become a career. So I need a career that allows me to do the things that I love. If the things that I love is not my career, I need a career that allows me to do things that I love on the side, at least as a hobby or whatever, what have you. So, um, but yeah. So, right now I'm like, what do I do next? Um, I've been reaching out. Like I said, the wrestling season just ended for my guys, so I've been reaching out to different people. Like, hey, like, what can I do next? I want to keep coaching. When's the off season stuff starting? Um, like one of the people that I know. What the heck? Sorry, my monitor's blacked out. Anyway, looks like I'm still recording, so we're good. Well, so one of the people that I know, he's a coach. He was telling me that there's in starting up in May, there is a summer league wrestling thing that he'd love for me to help out with. So I'm excited for that. It's not gonna be a paid gig, but I'm not doing it for money anyway. I'm just doing it because I love doing it. It's fun. Like I like to teach, and I freaking think wrestling's dope. I love jujitsu. I'm getting back into that. I just love like combat sports. I think they're awesome. I've never been a huge fan of watching like football, basketball, soccer, hockey, baseball, I don't know, lacrosse, whatever else sports. I've never been into them. No, I since ever since I was a kid, I was never interested. My dad loves them. Most of my family loves them. My dad would call me out of my room, be like, "Hey, come watch the game with me." I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna be here watching Adventure Time. I'm being here watching a regular show." I just wanted to watch cartoons. I did not care about what some real life people were doing with a ball in their hands. You know what I mean? I just didn't care. But once I got introduced to like the world of like combat sports, like for example, like I know it's not the same, but I loved WWE. I thought WWE was the coolest thing ever when I was a little kid. I wanted to be John Cena. I wanted to be Rey Mysterio. I wanted to be freaking Batista. I wanted to be freaking Randy Orton. Like I wanted to be all of them. I thought they were awesome. I thought they were the coolest guys ever. Freaking Edge. I freaking loved his hair. I freaking loved his hair. What can I say? His hair was freaking dope. But um, that kind of stayed with me. And then in fifth grade, I started wrestling. Um, and then I stopped. I did it for one season, then I stopped, and then I picked it up again in ninth grade. By junior year, I was the team captain of of varsity, and it was a lot of pressure, like a lot of pressure. I had to cut weight a lot. Why? I'm not gonna say I had to. It was just that I put myself in the situation to where if I didn't cut weight, I wasn't gonna be able to wrestle. So I cut weight, but I'm the one who made it so that I had to cut weight. I wasn't watching my diet. I was eating like crap. So that happens. It's kind of my fault. But anyway, so what's next for me? Um I want to be more consistent on YouTube. I want to upload a lot more. I want to do more content like this, just being honest with people and just talking because I love communication. I love talking. Everybody that knows me is that I'm a chatterbox. Some people think it's annoying. Some people love how talkative I am. To be honest, I couldn't care less. Just I'm gonna talk regardless. So you can either walk out the room or you can stay and listen to the conversation, or join the conversation. It's up to you. But but yeah. So I feel like I don't want to make this video too long, but if you guys want to comment some topics for me to talk about that y'all want to kind of talk about together, like you know, just about what's going on in life and this, that, and the third, just throw it at me, man. But yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.